Hello everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today we are doing what I called the Modern Family house. So it's not to be confused with the television show Modern Family, which is brilliant by the way, but it's just to kind of emphasize that this is a really modern home for a big family. So I recently, I think it was yesterday, I got the laundry stuff pack, and I have to say it's my favorite stuff pack. I don't know why, but there's just something about laundry in Sims games that just for me makes them so much more believable and realistic. So I really do enjoy having the laundry day or in general laundry stuff in The Sims. So it was really nice to get it with this pack. So we of course have a laundry room in the building, and it's a fairly big build. I mean, it's probably the biggest build I have done in a very long time. So we have let's just go through the rooms real quick. So we have 3 bedrooms, we have 2 living rooms, we have a very nice big kitchen, and we have a little office area, we have several little reading areas, and we have a big dining room. We have the backyard, which has an outdoor patio area. We were kind of working on that a little while ago, with a nice big barbecue, and then we have a really modern looking garden. So yeah, I tried to keep it as modern as I could. So I did something very unusual for me in this build. Usually I like to go with either like a nice blank wall and then emphasize it a lot with very bright furniture that kind of pops in your eyes, or do the opposite, have a nice bright wall with a really pop color and then emphasize it with some toned down furniture. But in this build I decided to go with some pastel colors, which is something I don't actually do a lot. I usually don't use the pastel colors in my builds just because, I don't know, I feel like I didn't know how to style for the pastel colors. But I tried it in this build, and I do have to say I really like how it turned out. So we use pastel colors in every single room, and just that slight note of a light blue accent or something on the back wall, just, I don't know, it just makes something really special happening. So yeah, I really liked how it turned out, which you can kind of see in the end. So we're gonna work on the layout here. So right when you walk in, I'm gonna change this a bit, but right when you walk in, you can kind of go into the kitchen area. So I'm placing 2 staircases in this build for you to go upstairs, and the reason for that is I wanted to have multiple options for your sim to actually come upstairs. Also because the upstairs, I tried to separate it into many different rooms. So we have 2 bedrooms upstairs, and we have a little reading area, and we have the one living room with the television in it. So we have a living room downstairs as well, but that's kind of more of a relaxation living room, whereas the upstairs is more of the entertainment living room. So I tried to kind of keep things separated, and I wanted to have 2 ways for you to come upstairs. So if you didn't want, you didn't have to go through the whole house to get upstairs from another part of the build. So one thing I do think I could have done is there's actually only one bathroom in this build, and I initially wanted to have another bathroom upstairs, but I decided that I wanted to have another bedroom instead, and it kind of, I think it turned out nice. Don't get me wrong, the bathroom downstairs is plenty big, and we have a laundry room downstairs as well. But you know, if a big family is gonna live here, maybe another bathroom could have been a nice thing. But yeah, I just decided just to have only one. So if you want to throw in another bathroom, you can certainly do that. So another thing I do in this build that I don't often do, I used white floor. So we have this white floorboards on the as the flooring for most of the build. I do think that it's only in the kitchen here, in the laundry room, the bathroom, and the bedrooms. In the bedrooms we have a carpet flooring, and in the kitchen and the laundry room and the bathroom we have this kind of stone flooring, which I'm working with here. So initially I wanted you to just come right into the kitchen, but when I started working with this pastel color, I really wanted to kind of separate the rooms by that, and also kind of have the flooring that I used in the kitchen here kind of be a thing for itself. So I just thought that this really nice, I'm not sure what it's called, like a very, very light green color. I just thought it looked so good with the kind of brownish stone that we have on the wall behind the kitchen and on the flooring. And then we have some plain white walls as well. And I just thought that every single color just accented each other so well. So overall, super happy about how this turned out. I'm gonna use a lot of the new items from the laundry stuff pack. So I'm not actually sure, if you don't have that stuff pack, what is gonna happen with the room I'm building specifically for the laundry. Maybe it would just be empty. I could imagine that would happen, and then you can kind of do with that room as you see fit. But yeah, I wanted to have a laundry room, and the next build I'm gonna build is going to be a laundry cafe type of build, which I know is something that has become very popular in big cities. So you kind of have a laundromat, and you know, that's also kind of a cafe, so you can kind of sit down, drink a cup of coffee, maybe eat something while you're doing your laundry. I think that's also quite a cool idea. But yeah, so the kitchen here, because it's so big, I wanted to kind of put in something to kind of fill the space. So we put in a bookcase and a nice little seating area. And then I had this, because I wanted to have 2 staircases, I had this room here, which I actually didn't know what to do with at first. And then I decided to just build a big closet. So yeah, right when you walk into the build, you can kind of see, I didn't want to have a door, I wanted to have an archway instead. So we have this very nice closet in the back here, where you can hang up your coats, and we have some dresses in the back. And then I thought, okay, so a closet is always filled with, you know, stuff that people forget or just don't realize is there. So I put up some boxes on top of the dresses, and yeah, I think it turned out to be like a nice little surprise. I didn't initially want to do this, but I think it turned out to be a nice little room. So as you walk into the build, we're gonna put in another wall in a little bit, but I had this room here beside the staircase, and I didn't actually know what to do with it. So for me, the logic option is to throw in a area where you can study. It's close to the kitchen, so you can still hear people, but it's far enough away so you can have privacy while you do the thing that you have to do, like homework or whatever. So we put in a computer, and I put in another wall, just kind of give it some more privacy. We have a bookcases, and yeah, that's kind of it. And I do have to say, the stuff that came with the laundry stuff pack, I actually was one of the persons who voted for the items that I wanted to have in the stuff pack, and most of the items I voted for came through, like those 3 rugs that we have, carpet things that we have at the desk. We also use those in the downstairs living room. I am in love with how that looks. I mean, just the general items in this pack is just so amazingly good. So, again, if you don't have this stuff pack, it's not that expensive. I'm not actually sure what it costs in euros or dollars, but I believe it's like 7 or 8 euros, which is equivalent to like 70 Danish crowns. So it's not a lot. It's really cheap, and it's a really good stuff pack. I've been playing around with it a lot, and I'm actually thinking of throwing in a laundry room for the roommate's house that I have a let's play in. So yeah. Tell me down below if you want me to do that, if you follow that let's play. And yeah, that's certainly something we can figure out. So this big room here, excuse me, I have this big glass casing, let's just call it that. So we have a lot of windows here, and the reason for that is I wanted it to be really open so you could kind of see the backyard, and just a nice relaxing place. So I didn't want to separate the dining room and this living room. It's kind of like one big open space. So that's the reason why I kind of chose to have the same color scheme in these 2 places. And I think it turned out really nice. I mean, it's a nice looking room. And I totally forgot, when I put in those bookcases where I put the chair now, I totally forgot that I had a room in the back. We can kind of see it there that I had to furnish. So that would be a 1 bedroom. I totally forgot I had that room. So you're gonna see in a little bit that I actually have to delete something to make room for a door. And I mean, it turned out good in the end. So yeah, something you won't see me do in this build is actually doing, I don't believe you can see me do that back room, or maybe you do. But yeah, that and the bathroom, you don't see me do that in this build because it's 25 minutes long as it is. And at that point, like, I have edited a lot in this video, so there's a lot of tedious work that you don't see me do. Like on the roof, we can kind of see that in the screenshots in the end. But because I used half walls, I had to make something so that it looked like it was a roofing piece. So I put in tons of these tables from the what pack was it? Spa Day, I believe, because it's a very nice table. They can kind of stack on top of each other and right next to each other without the animation or graphics clipping through one another, which is something that actually happens a lot with some of the items in the game. But you're not going to see me do that, and you're not going to see me do the bathroom, but I am going to show screenshots of it in the end, so you can see what the result is. But it doesn't seem that people mind that I have to kind of edit this way, which is really good for me. So the color scheme in the upstairs entertainment living room was the word I was looking for. was orange at first, but I don't know. I really didn't like the orange color, so I decided to go with blue again, throwing in a blue pastel color for the wall, and then kind of accented it with this nice blue couch. And we've gone downstairs to the laundry room. In this room, I used almost every new item that came with the laundry stuff pack. Just because, I don't know, I'm so in love with the down-to-earth tone of it. But still, I think, like we just did there's some pieces that you really can use in a modern setting without it standing out, which is exactly what I want in a stuff pack. So again, if you haven't gotten this stuff pack yet, I would really urge you to buy it, because it's a really good stuff pack. And also just these light bulbs in this one cord. I mean, that's so super modern, but also it can just look so rustic, which I really do enjoy. So upstairs here we have 2 bedrooms with a double bed in it. I didn't choose one room over the other to become the master bedroom, so that is totally up to you. They are equally as awesome in my opinion, but in this room I wanted to work with blue again, and in the other room that we're gonna work on in a little bit, we're gonna choose to use yellow. So just so they would kind of be in contrast to one another. Yeah, what else? I just tried to decorate it with items that in my head made sense. So we're gonna throw in some, chairs and stuff like that. And I figured out why sometimes my things, when I try to scale them up or down, just goes like crazy. It's because my computer changes the keyboard language from Danish to English and then back again. So sometimes when I have to press the key that I have to press to use the scaling options, then it goes to English, which makes everything go crazy, and then back to Danish. So that kind of, I don't know why it does that, but it does that sometimes, and then I guess I just have to live with it. But yeah, as you can see, this house is so big and there's so much clutter, but I just think that the modern look with it and the items that we use and the pastel color and just everything, I just think everything translated so well into the builds. So yeah, we're gonna work on the front yard here, and the front yard and the backyard are so similar. I wanted to have a streamlined feel to it, so it's kind of the same style throughout. And this was something that I saw in a picture a while back. I can't actually remember where it was, but I just loved the look of it, and I had to try to recreate some part of it. So it's not 100% accurate to what I saw, but I just have to say that I'm in love with how this turned out. I mean, it's just there's just the simplicity to it. So you can kind of see that in the end in the screenshot, but we're working on it here. I didn't want to have any visible grass growing here. So we have dirt, and then I threw in some gravel. And then I wanted to close things off. So I'm building on a lot that's actually bigger than what I needed, but that's because I didn't know how big the garden was going to turn out. So in reality, you probably could place this down on a lot that is maybe a little smaller. I can't remember the lot size. Maybe it's a 40 by 30 lot, or it's a 30 by 30. I can't remember. But you probably could place it on a smaller lot. I'm just gonna, the unused space, I'm just gonna put in trees just to kind of try to match the surrounding area. But yeah, again, as you can see, we're working on the front yard here, and there's a lot of unused space, but I just love how this turned out. You know, just the general feel of it and the modern-esque look. I'm in love with it, so I wanted to carry that into the backyard as well. And I also needed to have a place for the what are those called? God damn it. It's not easy when English is not your first language. The drying thing that I'm working with now. Why can't I remember what that's called? Like the thing that you hang close to dry on. Like, whatever. You guys know what I mean. I can't remember the word right now. It'll probably come to me when I'm done recording, which it sometimes does, which is really annoying. But yeah. So I needed that to be in the backyard as well, and we needed to have like this patio area where we could have a nice outside place for you to sit, just because in The Sims 4 it is an endless summer, which is actually really depressing, to be honest. I really do think that Seasons will be the next expansion pack, just because it's been so long at this point. I don't know, how old is The Sims 4? Like 2-3 years? I believe it's almost 3 years, and we still haven't gotten Seasons. To be honest, there actually hasn't been that many expansion packs to The Sims 4 compared to The Sims 3 and 2. So I know we get game packs, but it's just it's like a mini expansion. But yeah, Seasons would be really nice to get as the next expansion pack. So we're almost done with the build here. I'm gonna do something off screen now. Build the rest things, and here we have these screenshots. So this is the entrance right when you walk in. We can kind of see the little desk area, study area, looking out into the staircase. Here we have the closet, and the kitchen with my trusty builder sim as always, and she will forever be a billionaire. So yeah, I really like this shot. So this right here, so we can kind of see from the dining room into the whole living room as well. And I love how this big room turned out. In general, I'm really super happy about how the pastel color worked with the design that I like to do. So I think it's a match made in heaven, and I actually don't know why I haven't done it before. So yeah, here we have the bathroom going into the laundry room with a washer and dryer, fully functional. And yeah, the upstairs from the staircase at the study area, going into the hallway where you can kind of see the doorway, and upstairs living room. Here we have the upstairs bedroom, or one of them, the blue bedroom, let's call it that. And here we have the green slash yellow bedroom, also upstairs. And yeah, just some screenshots from above, so you can kind of see every room placement and what's kind of going on here as we jump into the screenshots from the outside. At night, this looks so cool, and again, I'm overall really satisfied at how this build turned out. So no complaint there. Remember, if you want to get this build, you can get it off the gallery right now. Just search Auvbri, you should be able to find it. And yeah, there's nothing else for me to say other than thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And yeah, just comment down below what you thought about it, and have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time for another video.